Hey beauties, it's Riri, and today's video is all about the brand new Jaclyn Cosmetics Complexion Collection. Alright beauties, before we dive in, please don't forget to thumbs up the video if you like what you see, subscribe down below and share the video out if you do enjoy the content, and don't forget about the little join button right down there that you can click to become a channel member for exclusive perks. Thank you to my channel members. We're going to be testing out the brand new Jaclyn Cosmetics Complexion Collection. I have not even opened up my box all the way yet. I will say that it was packaged nicely, but this box is pretty big for the two small products that I did get. And I did get one of the blurring tints and one concealer. We will read over some deets really quick and then I'll dive in. The Skin Perfecting Blurring Tint says get sheer coverage that smooths, blurs, and enhances skin's appearance for an effortless, no makeup look with a natural finish. It's a sheer coverage natural finish that is supposed to blur the complexion. It's $34 and it is available in 12 shades. So with this particular product, we're basically aiming to just kind of give us a veil of coverage to the complexion. You guys know that this is right up my alley. I do have a lot of redness, broken capillaries, I have some old acne scarring and things like that, but because I do have more dry, mature, and textured skin, this sounded right up my alley. I really hope that I like it. And I will say that I know that I have definitely seen some controversial statements about the shade range. I do know with prior experience with these types of products that one shade can kind of adapt to multiple skin tones. I still do believe that she could have gone much deeper in the shade range. Her concealer, however, does have 35 shades. This is $26. It says it's a lightweight, buildable, medium to full coverage concealer with a matte finish, which I'm a little nervous about, but it also brightens and blurs. And in the concealer, I got light peach, and in the tint, I got light medium, which I was just reading up on for my notes, and it's neutral with pink undertones. So I'm a little scared, but the light I feel like would have probably been a little bit too light and I would have only been able to use it right now. And then the medium I felt like maybe would have been a little too deep right now. So we'll see how this looks. If I like the finish and the texture and everything of this, then I may go ahead and purchase the medium. And I'm going to go in first with the concealer. Anytime I'm using a more kind of sheer veil of coverage or I am using a powder foundation, I will go in with my concealer first. And then kind of blend that out, let that sit on the skin for a few minutes, and then I will go in with the other product. So I will say, off very first impression, I do like the component. I think it is really pretty. I cannot open it, y'all. Holy shit. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with the concealer first. Again, that is light peach. And I did prime with my Milani Supercharged Dewy Primer. And then I also have my Essence Coffee to Glow Under Eye treatment on as well. So we are well hydrated, as you guys can see. And I have my lights about midways. I, of course, will get super up close. We will do half the complexion first, and I will show you what that looks like. We'll turn the lights all the way down and then all the way up so you get a real feel and idea for what the products look like. I do have my tiny little e.l.f. blender here. It's a standard doe foot applicator. So I'm going to do one eye first, and you guys know me, especially with dry textured skin. I'm going in with this much and no more than that. Less is more when you are mature. Okay, honey. So we are going to blend this out. Definitely a more dry formula. Oh my gosh. I'm going to use my finger to just try to blend it completely out. Okay, definitely very drying, and it looks very creepy on me, but as you can see, I already have very dry skin and I do have lines and texture. So I'm definitely not going to fault the concealer. I think I'm actually going to put a tiny bit more, even though it is drying, like a dot. And then I'm going to press it out with my finger. The warmth of our fingers can sometimes just kind of blend a product in a little bit better to the skin. I feel like it is oxidizing slightly on me, if you can see kind of the darker ring down here and then where I just placed it. And it's honestly probably a little deep for me right now as well, which is pretty strange because this is kind of the shade range I traditionally go for. So I'm going to turn my lights up and down, and then we will put the blurring tint on this side and get up close so we can see a comparison. And then I will do the other side. So here is the light all the way down. So you can, I definitely 100% am seeing where it's still a little bit wet. It's much lighter. And I feel like it's definitely drying and kind of setting in, but I do have more mature skin. Again, I'm not going to fault the actual concealer for that. Then we will turn the light all the way up. Again, I'm still kind of seeing that little cast. I am not a fan of this thus far. I feel like it's incredibly, incredibly drying. Like it's settling a whole lot in here. Yeah, definitely. I mean, but that's my own fault. It's a, you know, a matte full coverage type of concealer, so probably shouldn't have bought this. And then we're going to go over the tint. Again, I got light and medium. All right, I like the packaging. It is an airless pump, which means every time you use it, it is going to come up, so you're going to get all of the product. I will say that if she's kind of marketing herself more high-end, I assume this would be glass, or just at least slightly heavier. It is still pretty, and both of them together aesthetically look really pretty. So I'm going to go in. I'm going to use a brush, as I always do. Obviously, go in and use your fingers. Oh, I can already tell you that's not my color. I'm a little nervous. Oh, yeah, that's not my color. That is the darkest light medium shade I've ever seen in my life. Oh my god. Definitely, obviously it's not blended out or anything yet, but that looks horrible right now. Oh, that smells really nice. If you don't like any fragrance at all, obviously wouldn't recommend. To me, it kind of smells like a very soft floral, but with like a baby powder hint behind it. The color is definitely, and the color was definitely misleading because it is blending in beautifully into the complexion. It feels really nice, very light and very cooling. I do not like the concealer, and I definitely could have gone down a shade in the concealer. I'm getting a little bit of a glow, but not too much. I don't feel like I'm looking wet or overly dewy at all. That smells really nice. Really, really nice. Okay, so I was worried about the shade, but it looks great. And of course, I'll get up close and look toward you guys. Even with just the one layer that I put on, this will be enough for me. I love a nice, like, sheer light coverage that just kind of blurs out my redness and stuff like that. Do I see a whole lot of blurring? No. And I'm seeing quite a bit of emphasis on my pores. Overall, though, I do like it. I like the finish of it. We'll, of course, see how it wears throughout the video. So we will get up close and do a side-by-side. So you can definitely see beforehand, broken capillaries, a lot of redness. We're going to ignore the concealer. Yeah, that's beautiful. I definitely, again, though, I'm seeing quite a bit of texture here, which, I mean, I have dry textured skin. So a lot of foundations and complexion products do that for me. The under eye looks absolutely atrocious. I love the fact that there's a beautiful glow and you can very clearly see the difference in the two sides. So for me, it's enough, and I think it's really pretty. I am not going to put the concealer on this side. I just want to see what the blurring tint looks like because I do not like that concealer. And I'm incredibly hydrated right now. That's just, yeah. I mean, I know I have very textured skin and mature skin, but that does not look good. That does not look good at all. So I'm going to turn the lights down. Again, a lot of redness, broken capillaries around my nose. Obviously texture, I do have, you know, lines and stuff like that as well. We have some old acne scarring. Yeah, I like that. I think that's beautiful. The under eye looks tragic. It could also be the shade just throwing me off, but I mean, y'all, that's creepy as hell. Okay, we're gonna do the other side. I actually am okay with the shade, and I used less than a pump for half of my complexion. So I'm gonna put just a tiny bit more. And the reason I'm not blending this out per se with my fingers, because I feel like when I personally blend out product with my fingers, I end up with streaks, and I just don't like that at all. I typically go in, the smell is lovely. Oh my gosh, I love the smell. I typically go in with a brush and do, you know, pouncing, stippling motions and kind of push the product into the complexion. I typically will then go in and spray my complexion and then press everything out with a sponge. This is so dewy though that I don't think that I need to do that. And the shade actually, I really like. Especially as you can see, I mean, look how kind of deep it goes on. And then it really melts right into the skin. So I'm a fan of this product. The concealer, not so much, but that's my own fault. I have dry skin, so. I'm gonna take the last little bit that I just had on my hand. This honestly reminds me, kind of even in its texture, of the Wet n Wild like tinted hydrator. And that's like $6. If you guys want to see kind of a comparison with that, let me know too. I will do a comparison and like where, you know, one on one half, one on the other half. I'm gonna go ahead also and say if you have oily skin, this is probably not for you, but the concealer is probably for you. Yeah, I like this. I love the luminous finish. I'm not personally seeing a whole lot of blurring, and I am definitely seeing an emphasis in my texture on my cheeks. That doesn't bother me. I like my skin. I'm okay showing my skin and showing my flaws. And it's enough coverage that I get a little bit of a veil. It covers up the redness. Yeah, okay, that particular product I really, really like. I will say that I've tried other products, the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator, the ColourPop Pretty Fresh that I'm obsessed with, that are at a much lower price point. So I'm going to have to see how this wears. I will, of course, update you guys and leave a pinned comment. The concealer, I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, guys, if you have very dry, crepey skin, lines, wrinkles at all on your under eyes, this ain't for you. This is not for you at all. The color aside, like even if I had the right shade, it still would not look good. It looks not good. So the hydrator I do like. I'm gonna kind of see how it wears throughout the day. The concealer sadly is a no for me. And I'll honestly say for what this product is it pretty? Does it smell nice? Does it look really pretty on my skin? Do I feel comfortable and confident? Yes. Did it take away most of my redness? Yes. But it's $34 versus some that I have that work just as well and look just as pretty on the skin, even that offer actually more coverage for way less. And I don't know. I am going to come back. I'm just going to have to come back and update y'all. Yeah, I'll see you in 3, 2, 1. All right, beauties, we're back. It's only been like 20 minutes. I was looking at myself up close and doing video, and then I watched the video back. I don't like it. I'm so sorry. On my forehead, it looks amazing. It looks beautiful. And on this under eye area, it looks really, really pretty as well. However, I'm going to turn my lights way down. Oh, it looks bad. It's literally like sticking and pilling up in every single pore and accentuating every single pore. It's like it just kind of sat in the pore and kind of flaked up. It does not look good. I'm going to pull this a little closer. Sorry, y'all, I just have my phone to use. Yeah, that looks tragic. And the concealer is just getting worse and worse and worse. It looks like the part of a man's something. I'm trying to keep this PG. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm so sorry. It's a no. It's a 100% no. I think that if you have really nice skin already, I think you would like the blurring tint. And if you have more oily skin, and again, not, you know, crepey skin, more dry skin, then you would like the concealer. Oh, I'm just not a fan, especially when I know like the Fenty Ease Drops look so freaking stunning and they self-set and they're beautiful on my skin. The Pretty Fresh one is so inexpensive. The Wet n Wild one is so inexpensive. You guys, it just doesn't look good. And I mean, that could honestly, it could be a me thing. 100% could be a me thing. The finish of it and everything's beautiful. Like, I love the glow, but yeah, when I got up close and was doing that video, it looks like shit. I'm so sorry. It's a no for me on both. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I'm sorry, beauties. I love you. Stay happy, healthy, and safe, and be your own best beautiful. Bye, beauties.